There is a place on our planet that seems to belong to another world. It is a realm ruled not by sun, but by ice. Here, winter is not a season. It is a permanent state of being. This is the Sakha Republic, in the far east of Siberia. And at its heart lies a city unlike any other. A city where the very air can freeze. This is Yakutsk. It is known quite simply as the coldest city on Earth. The journey here is a descent into a world of profound and unrelenting cold. A place where survival itself is a remarkable story of adaptation. The landscape stretches out into an endless white canvas, vast, silent, and intimidating. The taiga, the great northern forest, is cloaked in a thick blanket of snow. Its trees stand like ghostly sentinels, their branches heavy with frost. Rivers, mighty and wide, are frozen solid for most of the year. They become highways of ice, pathways through this frozen kingdom. To look upon this land is to feel a sense of deep time. It is a place that has been shaped by millennia of cold. A force so powerful it has carved the very earth and dictated the terms of all life that dares to exist here. The cold here is not just a number on a thermometer, it is a physical presence. It has a weight, a sound, a color. The air becomes thick with tiny ice crystals, a phenomenon known as ice fog. It glitters in the weak afternoon light, creating a surreal, dreamlike atmosphere. Sounds are muffled by the snow, creating a profound, almost spiritual silence. But it is a silence that is alive. You can hear the crackle of your own breath freezing as it leaves your lips. It is a constant, stark reminder of the immense power of nature in this extreme corner of our world. To imagine life here is to challenge our understanding of what is possible. How can a city of over 300,000 people thrive where temperatures regularly plunge below -40 degrees Celsius? How can the warmth of community, culture, and daily life persist against such odds? The story of Yakutsk is not just about survival. It is about a unique and profound relationship between humanity and the environment. It is a tale of resilience, ingenuity, and a deep respect for the formidable power of winter. Here, life does not simply endure. It has found a way to flourish in the heart of the cold. To build a city in a land where the ground is permanently frozen is a monumental challenge. The very earth beneath Yakutsk is a unique phenomenon. It is called permafrost, a layer of soil, rock, and ice that has remained frozen for thousands of years. In the summer, the top layer may thaw slightly, turning the ground into a soft, unstable mire. But just beneath, the ice remains solid, a foundation of ancient cold. Building directly onto this shifting ground would be impossible. The warmth from any structure would melt the permafrost, causing the building to sink and collapse. The people of Yakutsk, the Yakuts and the Russians, who have made this their home, devised an ingenious solution. Look closely at the city's architecture, and you will see that the apartment blocks, the offices, the schools, do not sit directly on the ground. They are raised up on a forest of concrete stilts. These pillars are driven deep into the permafrost, sometimes as far as 15 meters down. They anchor the buildings to the solid, permanently frozen layer beneath. This creates a gap between the base of the building and the ground, allowing cold air to circulate underneath. This simple, yet brilliant engineering allows the city to exist. It prevents the heat from the buildings from melting the delicate, frozen ground below. It is a constant negotiation with the environment. Every pipe that carries water or heat must be heavily insulated and often runs above ground, suspended in the air. A burst pipe here is not an inconvenience. It is a catastrophe. The water would freeze almost instantly, creating a solid block of ice that could take weeks to remove. Life here is built upon a foundation of respect for the cold. This city on stilts is a powerful symbol of human adaptation. It is a physical manifestation of the knowledge and ingenuity required to live in such an extreme place. As you walk through the streets, the buildings seem to float above the snow. It gives the city an almost otherworldly appearance, as if it has been gently placed upon the landscape, careful not to disturb the sleeping giant of the permafrost below. This is not a conquest of nature, but a delicate, carefully balanced partnership with it, a partnership that must be maintained day after day, year after year. In Yakutsk, The air itself behaves differently. When the temperature drops to its most extreme lows, something extraordinary happens. The moisture from human breath, from car exhausts, and from the power plants that keep the city alive freezes in the air. It does not fall as snow. Instead, it hangs suspended, creating a thick, dense fog made of tiny ice crystals. The locals call this whisper of the stars, a poetic name for a phenomenon that can reduce visibility to just a few meters. The city becomes enveloped in a shimmering, ethereal haze. This ice fog transforms the urban landscape. Streetlights cast long, diffuse beams through the glittering air. The outlines of buildings become soft and indistinct. The world shrinks to your immediate surroundings. The soundscape of the city changes dramatically. The sharp crackle of footsteps on snow becomes muffled, absorbed by the dense frozen air. A profound quiet descends, a silence that feels heavy and ancient. It is as if the city is holding its breath, caught in a moment of suspended animation. Driving becomes a perilous act of faith, navigating through a world of white. For the people of Yakutsk, this is simply a part of life. They learn to read the signs of the cold. They know that when the fog descends, the temperature has reached a truly dangerous level, often below -50 degrees Celsius. It is a visual cue to take extra precautions, to cover every inch of exposed skin, to limit time spent outdoors. The cold is not an abstract concept. It is a tangible, visible force that reshapes their world. Children are told not to lick metal, a lesson learned quickly and never forgotten, as their tongue would freeze to it instantly. The very act of breathing becomes a conscious effort. A deep inhale can feel like drawing needles of ice into your lungs. People learn to breathe through scarves, warming the air just enough before it reaches their delicate respiratory systems. Exhaling creates a dense cloud of vapor that immediately freezes and falls like fine dust. It is a constant, personal interaction with the elemental power of the cold. This breath of winter is a powerful reminder that in Yakutsk, humans are not masters of their environment, but humble participants in its grand frozen spectacle. Daily life in Yakutsk is a carefully choreographed dance with the cold. The simple act of leaving the house requires meticulous preparation. It is a routine of layering. First, thermal underwear, then a layer of fleece or wool. Finally, a heavy-duty down-filled coat, often made of fur, and thick, insulated trousers. On the feet, traditional felt boots called valenki, or modern boots rated for extreme temperatures, are essential. A fur hat, or shapka, that covers the ears, and a scarf to wrap around the face completes the ensemble. To forget a glove is to risk immediate frostbite. Getting around the city presents its own set of challenges. Most residents rely on cars, but keeping a vehicle running in these temperatures is a feat of engineering and perseverance. Many car owners do not turn off their engines at all during the day, letting them idle for hours while they are at work or shopping. Others use heated garages or wrap their car's engine in insulated blankets overnight. A dead battery is a common and serious problem. The rubber on tires can become brittle and crack. Everything, it seems, is locked in a constant battle against the stiffening grip of the cold. Even the simplest of errands must be planned with military precision. A trip to the market is a quick, focused mission. The outdoor markets remain open even in the deepest cold, a testament to the hardiness of the vendors and shoppers. Here, you will find a sight that is startling to outsiders. Fish, caught from the frozen rivers, are not kept on ice. They are frozen solid by the air itself, stacked like logs of wood. They are sold by the kilogram, as hard as stone. Milk is often sold in frozen blocks. There is no need for refrigerators when the entire city is a natural freezer. Despite these challenges, life goes on with a remarkable sense of normalcy. Children go to school, though schools close if the temperature drops below -55 degrees for the youngest pupils. People go to work, visit friends, and attend the theater. Inside their homes and offices, it is warm and comfortable. The contrast is stark. Stepping indoors is like entering another world, leaving the brutal, frozen landscape behind for a sanctuary of warmth and light. This duality defines the rhythm of life in Yakutsk, a constant transition between the harsh reality of the outside and the cherished comfort of the inside. Beneath the frozen surface of the Sakha Republic lies immense wealth. This region is actually one of the world's most important sources of diamonds. The story of Yakutsk is, inextricably linked to the discovery and extraction of these precious stones. The vast kimberlite pipes, which are remnants of ancient volcanic activity, hold treasures that have fueled the growth of the city and the region. Mining in these conditions is honestly one of the most challenging industrial operations on the planet. The permafrost here is harder than granite, so it requires specialized machinery and explosives just to break through. The miners who work in these remote diamond fields, well, they're a special breed. They endure months of isolation in one of the most inhospitable environments imaginable. They work in shifts, battling the extreme cold and the darkness of the long polar winter. The machinery they use must be specially adapted to function at temperatures that would cause ordinary steel to become brittle and shatter. The process really is a testament to human endurance and technological innovation. From this frozen, unforgiving ground, they extract gems of incredible beauty and value. The diamonds have brought prosperity to Yakutsk. The city is the headquarters of Alrosa, one of the world's largest diamond mining companies. This industry provides jobs and funds the infrastructure that makes life in the city possible. It has transformed Yakutsk from a remote outpost into a modern regional capital, with universities, research institutes, and cultural centers. The wealth from the ground has allowed the city to build and maintain the complex systems needed to supply heat, water, and power against the constant threat of the cold. This hidden treasure creates a fascinating paradox. On the surface, the landscape is a monochrome world of white and gray, a place of stark, minimalist beauty. But deep within the earth lies a world of fire and light, captured in the crystalline structure of the diamonds. It is as if the land holds a secret, a warm and glittering heart, protected by its icy exterior. The diamond industry is a crucial part of the Yakutsk story, a powerful engine driving the city's survival and its connection to the wider world, all while being rooted in the deep, frozen geology of Siberia. The indigenous people of this land, the Yakuts, have a relationship with the cold that stretches back for centuries. They are a Turkic people who migrated to this region from the south, bringing with them their unique culture and their remarkable skills in animal husbandry. Their survival here, long before the advent of modern technology, is a profound story of adaptation. They learned to read the subtle language of the snow, the wind, and the stars. They understood the rhythms of the frozen land and how to live in harmony with it, not in opposition to it. Central to their culture is the Yakutian horse. This is not an ordinary horse. It is a creature forged by the Siberian winter. It is short, incredibly sturdy, with a thick, shaggy coat that can be up to 10 centimeters long. These horses are able to survive outdoors all year round, even when temperatures fall to -60 degrees Celsius. They use their hooves to dig through the deep snow, foraging for vegetation on the frozen ground. For the Yakut people, these horses were a source of transport, meat and milk, a vital partner in their survival. The traditions of the Yakut people are deeply intertwined with the natural world and the spirit world. They practice a form of shamanism, a belief system that sees spirits in all things, in the rivers, the trees, and the sky. The cold itself is seen as a powerful spirit, one to be respected and appeased. Festivals and rituals mark the changing of the seasons, particularly the arrival of the brief, intense summer. The Hiyak festival celebrates the rebirth of nature, a joyous and colorful event with traditional dancing, sports, and the drinking of kumis, a fermented mare's milk. These ancient traditions provide a cultural anchor in a modernizing world. They represent a deep well of knowledge about how to live in this extreme environment. This wisdom, passed down through generations, is about more than just physical survival. It is about a spiritual resilience, a way of understanding one's place within a powerful and often intimidating natural world. The Yakut people are the original guardians of the cold, and their culture continues to be a vital and vibrant part of life in the Sakha Republic, reminding all who live here of the long history of human endurance in this land. Not far from the city of Yakutsk, the mighty Lena River carves its way through the taiga. Along its banks stands one of nature's most spectacular and mysterious creations, the Lena Pillars. These are a vast, natural colonnade of rock formations stretching for kilometers along the river's edge. They rise dramatically from the water, some reaching heights of over 200 meters. In the winter, they are dusted with snow, their dark rock contrasting sharply with the white landscape. They stand like silent, ancient sentinels, guarding the secrets of this land. These pillars were formed over hundreds of millions of years. They are the product of the extreme climate. The huge temperature variations between the harsh winter and the short, warm summer have caused the rock to fracture and weather in a very particular way. Water seeps into the cracks in the rock. In winter, it freezes and expands, widening the fissures. Over countless millennia, this process of freezing and thawing has sculpted the cliffs into the breathtakingly intricate and vertical shapes we see today. They are a geological monument to the power of ice. For the Yakut people, the Lena pillars are a sacred place. They are imbued with spiritual significance, believed to be the home of ancient spirits. Shamans would come here to connect with the spirit world, and local people would leave offerings to show their respect. To visit the pillars is to feel a sense of awe and reverence. There is a profound silence here, broken only by the wind whistling between the columns of rock or the distant cry of a raven. It feels like a place outside of time, a cathedral built by nature itself. The Lena pillars are now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized for their unique beauty and their importance in understanding the Earth's history. They contain a rich fossil record, telling the story of the explosion of life during the Cambrian period. They are a library of stone, holding the history of our planet's evolution. But more than that, they are a symbol of the raw, untamed beauty of Siberia. They remind us that this frozen world, while challenging for human life, is also a place of incredible wonder and profound, timeless artistry. After the long dark months of deep winter, a change begins to stir. It is subtle at first. The sun climbs a little higher in the sky each day. The light has a new quality, less brittle and more hopeful. The relentless biting cold begins to lose its sharpest edge. For the people of Yakutsk, these are the first signs that the great thaw is coming. Winter's grip, which seemed absolute and eternal, is beginning to weaken. This transition period is a time of great anticipation and also great danger. The landscape becomes unpredictable. The frozen rivers, which have served as solid highways for months, begin to break up. The process is dramatic and powerful. The ice groans and cracks, the sound echoing for miles across the taiga. Huge sheets of ice, meters thick, are pushed and piled up by the force of the current underneath. The river becomes a moving, chaotic mass of ice and water, a dangerous and impassable barrier. The ice roads that connected remote villages are closed. The land is once again divided by the water, waiting for the ferries of summer to begin their work. The city itself undergoes a transformation. The snow and ice that have accumulated over the winter begin to melt. Streets that were white and silent become channels of grey slush and running water. The world, for a few weeks, is a mess of mud and puddles. The stilts that hold the city up are revealed once more, standing in pools of meltwater. It is a messy, chaotic, but welcome process. It is the sign that life is returning. The air loses its icy sting and starts to carry the scent of damp earth, the first perfume of spring. The summer, when it finally arrives, is intense and fleeting. For a few short months, the land is transformed. The snow disappears completely, revealing a green and vibrant landscape. The taiga explodes with life. Wildflowers carpet the forest floor. Temperatures can soar to over 30 degrees Celsius, a swing of nearly 100 degrees from the winter lows. The people of Yakutsk embrace the warmth with passion. They spend as much time as possible outdoors, enjoying the long days of the white nights when the sun barely dips below the horizon. It is a brief, beautiful dream before the inevitable return of the cold. To live in Yakutsk is to understand the true meaning of resilience. It is to witness a community that has not just adapted to one of the most extreme climates on Earth, but has created a vibrant and enduring culture within it. The story of this city is written in its buildings on stilts, in the layers of clothing worn by its people, and in the traditions that honor the power of the cold. It is a story of human ingenuity, a refusal to be defeated by the elements, and a deep, abiding respect for the natural world. The challenges are immense and constant. The permafrost, the foundation of the city, is now threatened by climate change, presenting new and uncertain challenges for the future. Yet, the spirit of the people remains unbroken. They are connected by a shared experience that is difficult for outsiders to comprehend, a sense of community forged in the deep freeze. They find joy in the stark beauty of their land, in the shimmering ice fog, the silent snow-covered forests, and the brief glorious explosion of summer life. This place teaches us a profound lesson. It shows that life can flourish in the most unlikely of circumstances. From the hardy Yakutian horse digging for food in the frozen ground, to the miners pulling diamonds from the petrified earth, to the children playing in the snow, there is a powerful life force at work here. It is a testament not to the conquest of nature, but to the art of living with it. It is about bending without breaking, about finding warmth in the heart of the cold, and about seeing beauty in a world of ice. Yakutsk is more than just the coldest city on earth. It is a symbol of the indomitable human spirit. It stands as a quiet, frozen monument to our ability to adapt, to endure, and to create a home in the harshest of places. In this kingdom of frost, under the watchful eyes of the leaner pillars and the shimmering whisper of the stars, humanity has not only survived. It has learned the deepest secrets of resilience, and in doing so has found a unique and profound way to live. A testament written in ice and celebrated in warmth to the enduring power of life.